Hey guys, I don't know if you can tell from the background behind me, but I'm back in Southern California for VidCon again. This time I decided, well, I'm in a different part of LA than normal to start, and I found out that I was closer to an enormous park called Griffith Park. If you look at the map, like, there are so many trails in this park, and I realized as I was looking around that I could do something kind of touristy while also taking a hike. So we're actually going to hike to the Hollywood sign. Yeah, that's right, the big letters on the hillside, and probably go for, this is going to be like a 6-7 mile hike, which I'm really excited about, especially because it's not nearly as hot or sunny as it often is here in LA. Yeah, let's go for a hike. This is already way steeper than a lot of the other trails I've hiked here in LA. Thanks for having some topography, Southern California. I miss this kind of hiking. Ruh-roh. There's an obstacle in the path. It looks like people kind of walked around it. I don't love doing this because it really promotes erosion if you like walk around obstacles rather than through them. Like don't walk around mud puddles, because mud puddles you can totally walk through. You've got shoes on, but that seems a little more hairy to try to climb over, so I walked around, but you should normally probably walk through obstacles on the path as long as it's not more dangerous. So it does make me a little sad. There's a lot of trees in here with tags on them, and like I totally understand and appreciate the cultural relevance of tagging and street art, but like you're spraying paint on a living thing, and also, you know, a living thing out in the middle of all of this wildness, and well, I can't help but wish that maybe, you know, the paint wasn't here so that we could just appreciate the nature and the living things without them being covered in paint. So I caught myself having a bit of a flow moment as I was coming up the trail, and when I realized how I was feeling, I thought I'd stop and sort of talk about that idea to you guys. So flow, at least the way I learned it when I was taking recreation classes, is this idea that you get into a certain state when the challenge you're interacting with is about equal to your skill level, and it's this feeling where you sort of lose track of what's going on around you, and people can lose track of time, stuff like that, and just sort of, you know, it's that feeling of being in the moment. And I was feeling that while I was walking up this trail, and I thought that was really cool. It is very steep now, heading up to the B Point Trail, but it's really cool, and the plants here are so interesting, and there's a lot of birds out today, and I've seen a bunch of bees, and yeah, I was really having that like in the moment feeling, which I really appreciated. So this is an awesome park. I'm sure this vlog is not going to do it justice at all, but I really recommend, if you're ever out here in LA, to come hike some of the trails in Griffith Park, because this is an awesome park. Sorry, I had to put you guys down for a while. The trail up to B Rock is probably best not attempted in sneakers. I had to do some hand and foot scrabbling, not rock climbing, but scrabbling, and I needed both of my hands, so I had to put the camera down. So now I'm on top of B Rock, which is just over 1,000 feet above sea level, I think, and the view it's a pretty good view. Take a look. Well, I mean, I guess it's a pretty good view except for the fencing, but I can understand why there's fencing. Yeah. So I think the ridge that you saw at the end of the pan there, I think I'm gonna follow that. Here, I'll show you again. So I think I'm gonna follow this, if I'm reading the map correctly. I think I might kind of follow that ridge over there somewhere, in order to get to like above the Hollywood sign. It's a little hotter and like weirdly humid for Southern California now, but the breeze is nice up here, so let's keep hiking. So just to be extra confusing, it looks like Mount Hollywood is not where the Hollywood sign is. So yeah, the trail signs aren't much help if you don't also have a map so you can tell the difference. So behind me, up there, is the summit of Mount Chapel, which is just over 1,600 feet above sea level. And beyond it, in that direction, is the summit of Mount Lee, which is just shy of 1,700 feet above sea level. And that, I guess, is where the Hollywood sign is. So I figured it out after I saw a big board sign trail map. Mount Hollywood, I guess, is where you can see the Hollywood sign from the front. But the Hollywood sign itself is on Mount Lee. So that's where we're going. Yep, here's another bit where I'm gonna have to put you guys down because I need to climb up this. And I can't do that with the camera in my hand. So this descent back here, this is the saddle between Mount Chapel behind me and Mount Lee in front of me. And as you can see, it is also kind of steep and dusty and rocky, so I definitely had to do quite a bit of the hands, feet, and butt slide descent. So again, maybe don't come out here in sneakers. This is definitely not flip-flop hiking. Not that I ever advocate flip-flop hiking, but probably boots or shoes that you really trust. I'm making it, but you know, if you're not entirely sure of your footing, definitely better shoes is a good idea. I can see, I guess there's a giant antenna tower on Mount Lee. I can't, yeah, there it is. I'm bad at vlogging. But I think we're almost there, which is cool. There's a really awesome, almost cold breeze up here, even though the sun is now very, very hot. The breeze is nice. Ooh, and I think that, zoom in on it, oh please camera, there we go, that with the round dome I think is the Griffith Park Observatory, which is really cool. One interesting thing I don't think I've commented on yet, but there's another one. There's 2 or 3 flying past me right now. There are dragonflies up here. Not just a dragonfly, but several. And that seems odd to me because we're up really high and it's very, very dry up here. You can tell from the vegetation this is not an area where I would normally expect dragonflies to be. So I don't know if there are pools of water in some of these gullies that I'm not able to see, or if there's just something about dragonflies in this habitat that they're able to hang out even without water sources. But I thought it was really interesting and I wanted to point it out. I'm not even going to bother trying to get them on film though, because they just move too fast. Well, there's water all the way down there. Maybe that's where the dragonflies are from? I don't know. There it is. I'm finally here. So I made it to the top of the hill behind the sign, and it's a pretty nifty view all the way around. It's kind of hazy up here today, unfortunately, but yeah, I really enjoyed this hike. I don't think I'm going to go back down the way I came because it was a long walk and there were a lot of really steep bits, but I think I'll make my way back down to the main road area and go back to hang out with all of my other YouTube friends. So you'll be seeing more from me during VidCon, don't worry. This is just the first vlog of the week. I'm kind of bummed. I did not see a single one. Saw 2 different species of lizard, a whole bunch of birds, no rattlesnakes. Sad face.